Okay, so I want to do like a book review. And I want to start with like this book I read that was absolutely phenomenal and is someone's actual diary. And I feel like it's really fitting to start with this book for this channel because I want it to be very disability focused, and although not everything on it is going to be, I really relate to so much of what this girl said, so I'm going to quote a lot of it. It's an excellent book to start off explaining. It's the Diary of a Dying Girl, written by Mallory Smith, and it seems to be edited by much of her family to maintain the authenticity, but maybe not catch you up in a couple of the spelling errors or things like that. It is her life living with her disease until she passes away inevitably at a young age. And I just can't sing enough praise. So I'm just going to start by reading a couple of the quotes. And when the video gets too long, I will cap it and put part one at the end. And maybe we'll pick up where I left off here at a different date. My disease erodes the life blueprint I drew as a kid. With time, invisibly but surely, I grow decreasingly confident in the plans that I had etched in this mental map until it's hard to remember they were ever there. Mallory Smith. I really like this because I do feel that when I was growing up, I lost my ability to run because it hurt so bad for me to run at all. I just couldn't do it. It just wasn't in my abilities anymore. And things started to drop off of that promise that people told me of you can do anything and you can be anything. And when I was honest about the fact that I was losing some of these abilities, people furthered that and confirmed it for me by telling me, yeah, well, if that's the case, then you will never be able to do those things. I don't think a lot of people were encouraging my imagination to grow and imagine doing that with the ability level I had come to find I had. Another one is knowing the range of what I'm capable will shrink. I need to plan a life where my goals do not have to be slashed every year as my health declines. I like this one as well. It does feel like I have to edit my goals to work around a decline of health. I hope that I can imagine it as a steady and not a tragic decline, and therefore I only have to plan for minor changes as things go, but it still just feels like a really heavy weight to carry. Another one, it's a blessing and a curse not to look sick. A curse when I need accommodations, but I am not given them because of the perception that I am too healthy. I also feel this really deeply just because I will get a lot of attitude when I'm walking through a store, but when I choose to use a mobility aid for my health that day, it seems like people soften to me and are much more willing to help me with whatever it is. I even would agree that this is true to myself, that I feel like I'm more likely to speak up for myself when I am carrying something visible that shows I have a disability than when they're just able to assume that I'm just skinny, I suppose. Another one, I think the sport of hunting should go extinct ASAP. Hunting is just as bad as serial killing. I really liked this. I think it shows like Mallory's personhood, that she really loved animals, and I've never heard that take before. I think it's pretty interesting. I can't say that I'm going to be able to completely never eat meat again, but I can tell you I can't kill animals. Oh my gosh, that's why I will not go into that field of work when it comes to animal care. Is I would run into a building I shouldn't to save an animal that will likely hurt me because I don't have a plan. Because my heart is big, and sometimes I think with animals, I want so badly to just act that I don't trust myself to be in like a veterinary care job. But I think her heart is so big for saying that. Another one here is when you're not vigilant with CF, the lesson my mom says she will take to her deathbed. When you are not vigilant every second of every day to keep your body strong, anytime something touches your mouth, it's a potential encounter with a dangerous pathogen. I do not have what she has, and my severity of immune issues is not to her extent. But I do feel this way when we were going through the pandemic. I think people gave me a bit of a hard time for the level at which I expected them to be cautious around me. Um, I sometimes compared myself to a TSA agent because I just really felt like I needed to make sure those germs were not going to be able to come into my house because I don't have the ability to fight them. So, yeah, I get this, both sides. Another here is it's extremely annoying that I'm not allowed to be both healthy and comfortable with my body. And it's one of my many frustrating things about CF that if I were a non-CF person, I would be considered to have a very healthy body. But I'm expected to be bigger to fight the bacteria. And I know now that it's important, which is why I eat much more than I used to, and why I'm not fighting the lipids because I don't want to be sick anymore. And I'd rather dislike my body than have to miss out on my life because I'm on IVs. I also, like, I think what I feel in this a lot is the battle of do I put myself on something life changing to change my life in a positive manner because I want it to help my health? Or do I avoid it because I want to be able to live my life and have it not get in the way? And then the part of looking healthy, not being healthy, eating unhealthy, but that happens to be healthy for you. These are all like, I just really understand these dynamics of, for me, it's that I'm underweight and no matter how much I eat, it just doesn't stick. And I choose to eat a lot and I want to be able to eat. And I'd rather just consume a lot more and hope that things stick than do some of the operations that have been offered to me in the past. And those decisions I feel like were the best made for me, and I am healthier because of them. But that doesn't mean they won't change in the future and end up having to be the other way like they were. It's complicated to explain if you have not been in and out of the hospital a lot, but I think that's the best way I can explain it. I think I'll do like one more. There's no way to hold on to it because it's unnatural. I have it right now, and I'm writing it down, and tomorrow morning I won't remember. I won't remember to laugh at myself for complaining so much about my strep throat, and how much it hurts. Um, I don't, what's funny is I don't remember the exact part of the book that this is from, but I do remember that some of her diary talks a lot about having amnesia, and I know that from my trauma and medical and physical and mental and all these things that I can't remember sometimes the happy moments, and that's really hard for me. And I think that's what she was recounting here, where you're just like not allowed to commit memories sometimes. It's a way that your like brain is saving you. I know that's like really hard to comprehend, but sometimes all your brain can hold on to is the stuff that's going to keep you alive. And it really needs that stuff. So if it's like just happy, it doesn't feel necessary. It's not as necessary as all the allergies you have, and that you need to drink a protein shake and then go to the bathroom and change your IV and change, you know what I mean? Like, well, we probably don't, but maybe you do if you're on this channel. Hard to say. Anyways, I'm going to stop there for now, and that's going to be the part 2 to my review to her book. Obviously, it's just that I love it. I'm absolutely obsessed. I also need to tell you that I have not read her actual book. I believe it is called Salt. This is because I have amnesia. It is hard for me to remember. Salt in My Soul. She wrote, I believe it's fiction based on, I guess it would be realistic fiction in this case, but I haven't even really looked it up. I just like am absolutely obsessed with her diary, and I'm gonna read her book next, essentially, after my many books that are in line. Anyways, so I will see you for part 2. I hope you enjoyed having this little bit of a essay discussion with me about disability and the like. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.